let's talk some more about the mind. So up until this point, you can check my other videos. We've been talking about energy, vibration, and for the past few episodes, talking a lot about the mind. What we mean by the mind, splitting it up into different sections just so we can understand how different parts of the mind work and how it's all coming together to make up the physical mind that we have as human beings in this reality, right? So I want you to think of yourself as a person, a human being existing in this reality, this 3D reality, 4D reality, whatever it may be, on Earth, right? As a human being, there's a shared experience that we're all having. We're all breathing air, we're all experiencing gravity, we're all experiencing time to a certain extent. And that kind of shared collective experience, it's happening at the top level of what I would what is called the automatic mind, but the collective automatic unconscious mind. So we are not consciously thinking about gravity, we're not consciously thinking about time, but we're experiencing it because there's some sort of collective agreement that this is the type of reality we will experience as human beings with this physical mind. So that is already set in play. So if you can imagine us as maybe video game characters or avatars in a game, this is the world experience that we are all having, right, as human beings. And that's happening in a collective unconscious automatic mind. It's happening by itself, so we don't have to consciously have to think about gravity and all that stuff, right? From this collective unconscious that makes us part of the human race or part of the human experience, you have what I would say the individual unconscious automatic mind, right? These are all part of the physical mind. So from the collective automatic unconscious, we move to say an individual, right, unconscious, an automatic one that's going on. So this is responsible for behaviors that we are unaware of, and these are like things, like I was saying, that have been formed from patterns, so the same patterns that perhaps the culture that you were raised in, the family that you were raised in, has been going on for eons. So that vibration has been the cultural vibration, for lack of a better expression, and these patterns have been going on and on. So you as an individual emerge in that space and you have that vibration as part of you, and it goes on, it occurs automatically. So that's what I'm calling the automatic unconscious individual mind, right? And from that level on as a human being, right, you move from that level on down to you being your own unique person, your own I. We'll call it the ego, your own I. And this information is so powerful. I learned it from Bashar, channeled by Daryl Anka, and meditated on it, let it marinate in my being, in my mind, and it's getting clearer and clearer. So I'm also breaking it down in my own way of understanding it, right? So to go back from the collective automatic unconscious rules by which we're playing and experiencing reality, they'll move to the individual's unconscious automatic mind, which is responsible for behaviors that we are unaware of, and then extracted as an individual being from that, say, culture, from that family. You are your own unique person, and your own unique person, maybe we call it your I, right? And your I, your ego personality, that personality's makeup, that personality is also made up of beliefs, emotions, and thoughts, right? Those three things make up your personality. Every single person, every single unique person, no matter who you are, you have some beliefs and you have some emotions and you have some thoughts in that order. And the beliefs that you have are extracted from that automatic habit, unconscious individual mind into your own personal one. So you get your own packet of that. So in your own unconscious mind, you have those beliefs, and from those beliefs you extract your emotions, which then are extracted into your thoughts, right? And that's how it's flowing. And this process or these demarcations make up what we call the physical mind, which is, I would say, the other parts of you, because it's separate from the higher mind. That's why it's being called the physical mind. Now, looking at just the ego personality, right? That part of the physical mind where you have your beliefs, your emotions, and your thoughts. Like I've been saying, your beliefs are extracted from the patterns and the behaviors of the unconscious individual automatic mind, where you learn things and you repeat them, and then because of that repetition of that in that mind, that gets packaged as a belief, as an operating system, and as a paradigm for you, the individual. So you, the individual, in your own conscious awareness, are extracted with that paradigm packaged as part of you. That is why, depending on where you are born in the world, you have a different set of belief systems, you have a different set of operating systems, you see the world differently, you have a different paradigm. And the word paradigm I like a lot, and Bob Proctor has a great way of describing it. I wrote it down somewhere, let me just get it and read it to you all. So he describes it in a lot of his videos. I said check out his videos, very powerful teachings. He describes the paradigm as a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior, and almost all of our behavior is habitual. A paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior, and almost all of our behavior is habitual. So you see, your paradigm is most of the time controlling you, and your paradigm, I like to, in my own way of understanding it, see it as like your operating system. I talked about the computers. I used the analogy of the computers the last time, about how computers that run Windows operating system have a different interface from those that run Mac operating system. Different things appear on the screen, and the computer works in a different way, or sees its files, its folders, its processes in a different way. In the same way, if you think about you, the human being, as a very highly intelligent computer of sorts, your operating system or your paradigm determines or influences what appears on the screen of your reality, the reality that you are viewing and you're experiencing, because your paradigm is shaping your vibration. And going back to the analogy of you vibrating, submerging, say water, you being a vibrational point submerged in water, what you're vibrating determines the ripples around you, and your ripples creates what the space around you is, and the space around you and its ripples as well are also shaping you. So we are co-creating and being co-created by our environment and by ourselves all the time. It's a continuous ebb and flow rhythm of energy exchanging back and forth. We're taking in and we're putting out. It's a feedback, feed-forward system. This is what's happening all the time, and this is how we are influencing each other's lives, and we are co-creating the reality around us. But the vibration you are in determines the reality around you. If you're in a positive vibration, you're likely to experience more positive things around you. If you're in a negative vibration, you experience negative things around you, because the universe operates off these principles and these laws, that whatever you vibrate at is whatever is attracted towards you, because the universe, God, source energy, is here to help you and serve you on your journey, so that you can get what you say you desire, or what you want, or what you say you are actually, because what you are is your vibration. That is who you are. Sometimes we may not be aware of the vibration we are pulsating, and we may think we are something else, but then your vibration is something else, because you can imagine, you can think, you have that freedom in thought to create new realities. But if your vibration is not that, it will not play out. And your vibration, you can sense your vibration where? In your emotion. In you feel your vibration, because that is the first step beyond the unconscious mind, where the beliefs are formed, in the subconscious. So your subconscious is where you are able to sense your vibration, where you're able to go to tune the vibration, or using repetition and actions to change the unconscious, so it flows into the subconscious of the feeling and then into your thoughts, and continuously. I hope you're seeing how the mechanism is working, and seeing the different layers of your mind and how they work, the different layers of the physical mind and how they are working, and how the subconscious then becomes so important, because the subconscious is where the vibration begins to play out into the physical reality. It is what affects your thoughts. It's what affects how you think about the world and the things that you see, and it's what allows you to be able to know the vibration. This is not something that you necessarily have to learn, because you know already. What you can do is have practices and tools that are helping you to be able to become more aware of what's happening in your subconscious mind, in your body, becoming more aware about how you're feeling, because how you're feeling will tell you about your belief systems. So you may realize, I keep having this particular thought about something, and that thought, you realize, is coming from a feeling that I'm having. The thoughts are always going with feelings. Most of us, especially men, have been taught to abandon our feelings and not to feel. But your feeling is how you rise up higher into a higher form of mind, to go then into your belief systems, and then to investigate what's within your unconscious system, and now begin to have the power to change them. You're not going lower, you're actually going higher. You're raising your vibration to now move from your thoughts into your feeling body, where you can sense vibration that cannot necessarily be seen. This is a superpower that we all have. You can literally sense it, right? Some people are more attuned, especially females are more attuned to that sensitive energy. So what do we say? We say they are sensitive because they can pick up on things that you cannot see with the eye. And as men, a lot of us have been taught to neglect this part of our being, this part of our mind. But this is our emotional mind. This is where our intuition is. This is the mind closer to the higher mind that brings in the information, which can then be translated into thoughts. So the subconscious mind is very powerful and very important, because it's what gives us an opportunity to begin to now sense and come into deeper understanding of what these thoughts are in vibrational terms, and how we can then rise again into our conscious mind, where our beliefs are, and begin to tweak the beliefs and use the conscious mind now as an active trainer to now put in new habits and new patterns into our individual automatic mind, which will then take these habits, becomes automatic, and then pass it down to the beliefs, and then we're changing our beliefs about things. And as we begin to change our beliefs about things, we begin to embody a different vibration in the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind embodies the vibration. That is how the vibration is then translated into the physical form, and then comes into thoughts, which then influence our actions. We are acting from the body. So the vibration in the body is very important. You know, you can learn all these things and have thoughts about it, but once it's not embodied, you will not see it play out in your reality, because you will not be able to act it out automatically, because that part of you is what's actually handling the show 90% of the time. So you would hear this quote, and I recently heard Kathleen Cameron, who's a great teacher on manifesting wealth, use this quote, and she said the subconscious mind is the womb of creation. The subconscious mind is the womb of creation. This is where the vibration is being held that creates the reality. And in the reality, you realize that things are fractal, so you see patterns with everything. So to even use the word the womb of creation, I've called the subconscious mind the emotional mind. I've talked about how men have usually been taught to neglect their feelings. When you think of emotions, you think of feelings, and you need to realize this, in some sense, is if you could take the ego and talk about the three parts of it, the unconscious, subconscious, and the conscious, as maybe different polarities, you could see how the subconscious mind can be seen as like the feminine aspect, the intuitive aspect, the aspect of the heart, the aspect where the vibration can be sensed, very high intelligence, and why it's so important to learn about this, and why it even has the description as the womb of creation. So just take all this information and think about it, process it, and I'd like to hear what your reflections are in the comments, and let's continue to explore this subject matter and continue to learn more. I hope this video has been helpful and you've discovered something about something you already know. And I just want to also end by saying this information I'm giving is not something that I am teaching you necessarily. I see myself more as like a reflection, and just as different teachers have been reflections of something that was already within me and helped me come to remember this and bring it out of myself so that it's clear for me, is what I'm also doing with my own words and my own ways of understanding it and passing it along, so that you can also echo that back to me. And as we continue to understand this, because understanding how our reality works and how we can use it to our advantage is very powerful. We don't learn in school what the mind is, the different layers of the mind, and how to understand who we are and how to utilize this. So I love to do this, and I'm grateful that someone out there is listening and it's of value to you. So thank you very much, and continue to like the videos if you enjoyed it. If you have a comment, share it, subscribe, and share it with who you think will find benefits in this, and let's continue the journey and continue to grow. Thank you. Peace.